Alright, man. Look, I'm gonna make this short and sweet, and I'm just gonna keep it very simple here because this is a subject of controversy now. John Ryder managed to be given a split decision nod over Danny Jacobs in the UK. It's controversial because most feel as if Danny Jacobs should have won the fight. Let's just get into it real quickly. Danny Jacobs, in my opinion, just about edged the fight 7 rounds to 5. I thought it was very close. I thought he just about edged it. That's the key. I thought the fight in general was relatively easy to score outside of maybe a few rounds. The rounds in which I gave Jacobs were the entire first half of the fight, rounds 1 through 6, and I gave him the 11th. And then I gave Ryder the rest. So rounds 7 through 10, and then the 12th. The rounds that I think could have been flipped were the 6th, which was close. Ryder had success in the middle portions of the round, was landing some shots in the clinch, and in the 11th round, close round, but I thought Danny Jacobs made I won't even say a smart decision, but a not so tactically inept decision to finally remain in the orthodox stance and not come out of that stance. Now, look, even though I thought Danny Jacobs probably deserved to win this fight 7-5, and maybe you'd have to be a little bit generous to give Ryder the 11th to actually give him the victory. The 6th I thought was a swing. Look, man, I just can't get myself to feel bad for Danny Jacobs. I cannot get myself to feel bad for him. This was a fight that he should have won. Say what you will about the clinching. Ultimately, Steve Gray, I believe it was not punishing him for the clinching. What Jacobs was doing in the first half of the fight was working. Even in the 8th round, which is the round where Jacobs got badly hurt, he was actually arguably winning the round, up to the point to where he started getting clipped in the last 30 seconds. He was landing some good body shots. He completely neglected the body in the second half of the fight. Well, for the most part, actually, during the fight, he was neglecting the body, and he was very reliant on his jab, but he stopped using it in the second half. He was extremely cumbersome and just so tactically unintelligent. He decides to switch southpaw in the 8th round, and as soon as he switches southpaw, even despite fighting southpaw in the previous round and losing it relatively clearly, he decides to do it again, and is forced to pay a pretty big price for it in the form of getting hurt very, very badly by Ryder. So even while performing this fight to a strategy which was working for him in the first half, he decides to come out of it and fight a fight that's not conducive to what he should be doing. Because Ryder, well, it seems as if Jacobs really struggles to fight southpaws out of the southpaw stance. He seems to struggle to fight out of the southpaw stance, period. I believe he struggled out of the southpaw stance against Canelo, and whenever he went into that stance, Canelo was piecing him up. But when he was in something like that during that fight. It's just, oh my God, the tactical ineptitude of Danny Jacobs. And John Ryder, in regards to him, I can get myself to feel a little bit happy for him, but even John Ryder, man, like that dude, look, the first half of the fight, John Ryder should have realized from about the 3rd and 4th round, because he basically arguably cost himself the fight in the first half. Like entirely losing all of those rounds, basically getting swept. If John Ryder, okay, put it like this. In the first half of the fight, John Ryder was extremely selective with his shots. He should have realized from about the 3rd and 4th round that standing on the outside with a much better boxer is not going to work. Not only is Danny Jacobs a better boxer than you, he's also taller and longer than you. John Ryder is a particularly stocky 168-pounder who's actually come up from 160 pounds. He should have realized that he should probably sell out from then. And as soon as he started bailing and working his way in the pocket and started coming around with these double left hands and certain angles around the outside of Jacobs' jab, he was landing and winning rounds. But he made that adjustment so late that he nearly cost himself a fight that he should have... Well, under those conditions, he should have probably won more easily. But in the case of Jacobs, Jacobs probably should have won the fight more easily himself. God, I'm gonna need a serious 9, 10, 11 hours of sleep to fully recover from watching that fight. The entire fight just left me in confusion, and look, I'm not surprised I'm not necessarily entirely surprised that Danny Jacobs found a way to lose this. I mean, he's been out of the ring for quite a while, about a year and change, since the Gabe Rosado fight, which he probably should have lost himself. He struggled against Chavez Jr. at his, I won't say his debut, because that was like a catch weight between 168 and 175, but struggled in that fight. And John Ryder, I'm actually quite speechless. I'm just gonna... Goodbye.